Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clinton Reed, where we talk about, and welcome to the space where we talk about anything we want to as long as it deals with books. The controversies, the magic, the love, it's what I'm here for. The flaming reader is here to talk with you. Today I want to talk to you about our May wrap-up. Now, if y'all remember my May TBR, which was my first video I posted on this channel, I had stated I was going to read 8 books. A massive TBR. Well, I'm here to tell you I read 11. But out of those 8, I only read 6 of them. I didn't get to Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater or Throne of Glass just yet by Sarah J. Maas. I have a different idea in mind for both of them in a month later down the road about picking up books from series that I haven't quite gotten to yet and stuff like that. Well, I'm here to tell you about the 11 books that I read this month. So if this video ends up being too long, I'm sorry, we all know I can't stop talking. I'm a little chatty Cathy, if you will. But I also thought I would do something that I've seen on several BookTube channels that I find fascinating to give you some stats. So, out of those 11 books that I read this month, I read 2 middle grade, 4 graphic novels, 1 new adult novella, and 4 YA books. And out of those 4 YA books, I read 2 LGBT contemporary and 2 fantasy. Now, if we break it down to our star ratings, I read 7 5-star books this month, 3 4 stars, and 1 4.5 star. Now, the way I rate on a book, I rate it due to the enjoyment of the story. I'm starting to slowly get to the place where I'm being a little more critical about what I read and actually seeing the faults there. But it's taking a bit for me to get there, okay? Also, in this video, I don't have a physical copy of all of them. I read 3 of those said graphic novels on my Overdrive app. So I checked them out of the library to see if I liked them before I bought them. One of those, so when it comes to graphic novels, I kind of want to check out at least the first couple in the series and see if I want to continue. Do I want to own? I'm a little new to graphic novels that don't have anything to do with superheroes, especially Green Lantern, X-Men, Deadpool, Batman. We know. But my ratings and stuff may seem a little weird to you guys, but I rate based on how I feel about the characters. Did I enjoy the plot? Did I enjoy the characters? Is the story plot-driven? Is it character-driven? If it was character-driven, did we get enough character development? If it's plot-driven, was the plot worth it? And if it's both, do they both mesh well together? So basically, I just do it based on enjoyment for now. But as I do these videos and these wrap-ups, I'm hoping to get a little bit more as I'm investing and meeting all these, checking out all these new books and stuff like that, new authors and stuff, about getting a little bit better about how I rate my books. Basically, currently, if a book's going to be a 1-star for me, I tend to DNF it. There's too many books in the world that I want to read for me to read something that I generally didn't like. Like a couple months ago, I attempted to do the Illuminae files. I tried to read them on their own, and then I also tried it with the audiobook. Gave both times. I think reading it on my own, I read 175 pages. Audiobook, I think I did 120, and I just couldn't get into the story. It just wasn't for me. Not saying it's a bad book, just saying that it just wasn't for me. So I would DNF it before I rate a book a horrible rating, because I'm one of those type of people that if a book serves its purpose of enjoyment, I'm not going to dock it if, say, I may not like the Illuminae Files by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, but someone like my best friend could love the series. I'm not going to dock her for that. That's like docking people who love Twilight and those who don't. So be a little warned on that when it comes to my ratings. But like, how about we get into this? And I'm going to do the books in the order that I read them. So I'm going to discuss what the book's about, what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, without trying to do any spoilers. And if you guys want any like full in-depth reviews to any of these, comment down below, and I just may put up a video so you know my true, honest opinions of these books. Because yes, I may rate them really high, but I do see the problematic issues within the books. So let's start it off with the book that I finished on the first day of this month, because I just couldn't put it down, and that would be Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. Ooh, I don't like that glare. This book is the companion sequel to Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I rated this book a 5-star rating. Basically, I have rated all of Becky Albertalli's books with a 5-star rating because she just pulls me into her world. I'm rolling, I'm laughing, I'm enjoying it. There's nothing about these books that I don't enjoy. So, yeah. This book follows Simon's best friend Leah as her discovery of her own sexuality, her own love and stuff like that. And she is a plus-size girl, so they discuss that as well. So if you're looking for a book, if you've read Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda and you loved it, I definitely suggest you check this out and her other book, Upside of the Unrequited, because it's just so good. I loved finding out more about our characters and Simon and his man and her love interest, and we got our OTP that I wanted. That's all that mattered. And I want more in this world, but I don't think she's going to give us any more, unfortunately. But I would love more about Leah and her love interest that she ends up with in this. Kind of feel bad for the other character, but hey, whatever. But yeah, this is the first book I finished this month. If you want more of my in-depth thoughts, because there was a few things that I had a few problems with, but they didn't hinder the story and my enjoyment, so it didn't hinder the rating of the book. So, yeah. Want any more thoughts? Comment down below. I might give you a video. Now, the next 3 things that I finished were the 3 graphic novels that I checked out of Overdrive. The Wicked and the Divine series, Volume 1, The Faust Act, Volume 2, Pandemonium, and Volume 3, Commercial Suicide, which are all by Kieran Gillen. And where did I write my thoughts? Oh, I just put Kieran Gillen. Okay. I gave each and every last one of these a 5 out of 5 stars because I am so fascinated with different mythologies and different ways that stories today can improve on the myths and legends that we grew up with. So the story follows pretty much 12 divine beings who make an appearance every now and then, but then they only have 2 years to live as these people before they die. And they tend to become famous pop singers, famous anything and everything. So if you're looking for a really decent graphic novel that brings in the fantasy element and brings in the gods and goddesses of all myths into one storyline with a weird mystery because they're dying earlier, ooh, weird things are happening, check out the Divine and the Wicked series. I can't wait to continue on with this series. I've decided I'm going to wait to continue on until I own the entire series, and I'm going to binge read the hell out of that, because the series keeps you on the edge. And that third book, I think, what did I put? All I put down as my thoughts for the third one was why. What does she gain from that? If you can see, my why is in like big capital letters, and I was just like, oh my god, why the hell did she do that? Oh my god, cliffhanger, cliffhanger, cliffhanger. I hate cliffhangers. But that's all I'm going to say on that. Now, the next book I read for this month is a little controversial on BookTube right now, but I am a huge fan of the series, so I had to check out this novella. And that is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Now, before any of y'all attack me for rating this book the way I did, I rated it because I really love the fact that this novella is character-driven. In the sense of, yes, there was a few faults that I found with it, which is why it got a 4 out of 5. Like, there's some... Just so you know, I'm going to be posting eventually. I've been trying to post a video of my spoiler review of this book. I may have to refilm that, and y'all will be getting that really soon, because there's a lot of negative stuff in this book that I really want to talk about, but there's also a lot of negative things that people are saying about positive scenes in this. Let's just state there's situations that I've gone through in my own life that I related to a very hated character in this book. I personally still don't like her as a character, but I can relate to what she's going through. If you're a huge fan of the ACOTAR series, don't let anyone's opinions of this book sway you. Read it for yourself. If you love the characters, you'll love the story. It's plain as day. And yes, there is no plot. I get that. But I still enjoyed it. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because eventually y'all are going to get a spoiler review of this. Okay? Now let's move on to my first middle grade book of the year, which kind of scared the hell out of me. The artwork in this is really realistic. And that was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, and illustrated by Jim Kay. I had decided with a group of my friends on Facebook and stuff, we are reading the Harry Potter series as a buddy read. Now, we're going to be reading one a month, and I decided I wanted to read them slightly different, so I wanted to read the first 3 in the illustrated editions. But I will state, let's see if I can find, but I will state, everyone who knows Harry Potter knows what this is about. I gave it a 5-star rating, because let's just state, it's freaking amazing. Like, that artwork, though, is fucking phenomenal. Pardon my language. Ooh. Sorry, I almost knocked off my laptop. Where are the spiders? Now, this is my least favorite of the entire series, and why are you shaking? But come on. These spiders, though, look realistic. I was flipping through the pages, and they're just some random spiders on some random-ass pages. And I actually thought, reading in that arc and stuff, I thought these spiders were real. And I don't know how many times I jumped off the bed screaming. But yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. If you really want to reread your favorite classic series, this is definitely a way to read it. Next the next one on my list is, okay, this is probably going to be one of the top 5 books I've read all year so far. I instantly pre-ordered the second one, which I'm desperately waiting for because I ordered it through Barnes & Nobles and pre-ordered another book. I have to wait for that book to actually be released for me to get both books. But I can't wait to get the second one, and that is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is one of the hardest books to explain, but all I'm going to say, this is a book that you want to go in blind. There's so much magic, so much mystery, there's love, and also I'm going to add a little tidbit. Yeah, by the way, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm going to say a little bitty tidbit here. Don't believe anything. There are so many twists and turns in this book. I was like on the edge of my seat. I was screaming along with Scarlett. I was crying along with Scarlett. Like, I went on an emotional roller coaster with Stephanie Garber. Like, I don't want everything Stephanie Garber ever writes. But yes, Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Check it out. That's all I'm going to say. Don't read the synopsis. Check it out of your library. Get it from Barnes & Nobles. Get it from Half Price Books. Anywhere you can get it. I got it from Barnes & Nobles in Norman, Oklahoma for $7 for a really good hardback book. Listen, I was in love. Check it out. I want you to go into it blind. That is the best way to do this book. I will read this little bitty thing at the back. Omit 1, to be used once to gain entrance into Caraval. Main gates close at midnight. Anyone who arrives later than this will not be able to participate or win this year's prize of one wish. Ooh, check it out. Now, the next book on my list, I am doing a buddy reading of this entire series with my cousin, which is the Shadowhunters series. We are going to be reading the books in publication order. She's decided that if she doesn't want to continue, she doesn't have to. I'm going to continue because I love these books so much. And that is, the first one I read was City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, book 1 in the Mortal Instruments series. I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Now, sorry, Emma from Emma Books. I have a few issues with this book, as in there's a few moments of dialogue that I just can't get past. Sorry, a character like Jace, who's supposed to be all macho, is not going to say something like, he's just so scary. Why is the word so there? A character like Jace would not say the word so. Granted, I did do an audiobook of this, and it kind of gave all the characters British accents, so that might have had a little to do with it. But, also, I found that I was reading this book, so I'm going to be continuing with this series solely for the fact of the side characters. I am in love with Simon. I am in love with Isabel. Ooh. And Alec. Ooh. And Magnus. Ooh. But I'm sorry. Clary is whiny as hell, and Jace is arrogant as fuck. Pardon my language. Let's get real quick here for a second. I don't like the main characters, so I'll be reading it for the side characters, but I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. If you love magic, if you love mystery, check it out. There's twists and turns, incest. Hey, it's Game of Thrones for young adults. Let's get technical. Now, the next book I finished this month is my other middle grade read, which, by the way, it took me a week to get through City of Bones because it's a reread, and I still had a few issues with dialogue. It wasn't until I found the audiobook that I actually could fly through it. But yeah. Back to my next read of the month, which was Aru Shah in the End of Time by Roshni Chokshi. I hope I pronounced your name right, girl. This book is one of the Rick Riordan presents. Rick Riordan wrote all of the Percy Jackson series, and then he has the Red Pyramid, Kane Chronicles with the Egyptian gods. Well, this is a Rick Riordan style Hindu story. Now, I know next to nothing about Hindu mythology. I think the only thing I know about Hindu mythology was Rama, something or another that I learned in high school, which was 10 years ago. So I went into this a little blind. Now, there is a glossary at the back of the book, though, so if you want a little more detailed information about a couple of the characters, a couple of the gods that are mentioned, I kept switching back to the back of the book. But this book is so cute. Such a fun ride. This book is all about a girl named Aru Shah who lives in the Museum of Ancient Indian Art and Culture with her mom. Now, she is known for telling a lot of lies and fibs to her fellow students at school. Well, a couple of them catch her in a lie, and they convince her to light the cursed lamp, which ends up freeing time and releasing the gods and releasing what is known as the Sleeper, the ultimate end-all who wants to waken up the god of destruction to destroy Earth, Shiva. Now, this book took me on twists and turns. It is so adorable. I love if you want a really good heroine story of a woman of color, of Indian origin, this is an Own Voices book. And it is so cute. Oh my god. Check it out. You won't regret it. Now, I love the writing style, the voices. I am definitely checking out all of Roshni Chokski's other work because she is just phenomenal. And I just love the character of Aru. Aru and many sisters and Boo, the talking pigeon. Then you get a 7-headed horse that talks later on. Ugh, it's just such a cute story. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This is definitely going to be in my top 5 favorite books of the year, along with Caraval. I had such a really good reading month just with those 2 books alone. Listen, I am so to the point of I cannot wait to continue on with this year. And I cannot wait for the next one of these to come out next year, which I think she said at the back of the book, Aru Shah and the Song of Death comes out next April. Definitely going to be pre-ordering it. Like, this is just fantastic. Now, the next book I read, which was a reread for me, and is also a YA LGBT contemporary, that would be The Geography Club by Brent Hardinger. Now, I reread this because I just recently got the sequel, which you will see in my next video for my June TBR. Now, next month I'm planning on a LGBT reading for Pride Month. I reread this and finished it, matter of fact, today, the last day of the month. It is only 226 pages, and it's so adorable. I rated this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. That 0.5 I docked is I wanted more. If you are a huge fan of Becky Albertalli and Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda, check out the Geography Club with the Russell Middlebrook series. Undercover Gay at high school gave me Simon vibes. This is such a cute, adorable story. You haven't heard of it? Check it out. You'll love that. He's just so cute. I love Russell. Fuck you, Kevin. Love Russell. Now, the last book I just finished a little bit ago, and it's my last graphic novel. I found this, I was looking on like Book Depository just to see what type of graphic novels they would have, and I saw this one and I was like, huh? From Great Britain? What? So I checked to see if the library had it, because I checked out a couple of books, which you'll see in my next video for the TBR, that I checked out from the library. I had to see if they had Redneck Volume 1, Deep in the Heart, by Donny Cates, Lissandro Estrin, and Dee Conniff. Now, this book is a horror adult graphic novel about redneck vampires based in Texas, Oklahoma. Or Texas, Oklahoma. The hell am I saying? Texas United in. Matter of fact, Santa something, Texas. And they own a barbecue joint because they raise cows, sell the meat, people eat it, and they drink the blood. Let's just state someone wakes up, one of them is dead, and they blame this family rivalry with this Christian dude, and shit goes down. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's such a really good story, but still in my heart, I still can't rate it a 5 just yet. But I will definitely be checking out the rest of the series. This is such a unique take on vampires. Like, if you want a really good, unique take on vampires, check out Redneck, Deep in the Heart. Like, and the artwork is phenomenal. I mean, they did such a good job. Like, blood everywhere. So good. Now, that is my wrap-up for May. This is my first wrap-up, so if you have any critiques or anything you want to give me, put them down below. Let me see if I can't hold up all of these books. Also, if you wanted a more in-depth spoiler review of any of the books here, except maybe Caraval, because that one's still one of the hardest ones to do, comment down below, and I will post a video and give you all my dirty little secrets of what I thought. Because just because I gave a book a 5-star rating doesn't mean I didn't see the problematic issues. And we can discuss. Well, those are the books that I read in May. Until my next video. Sorry, Harry Potter makes that list heavy. Until next time, guys, keep on reading. And remember, kids, reading is what? Fundamental. Bye.